An investigation by this programme has discovered evidence which suggests senior clergy within the Church of England tried to cover up sexual abuse carried out by the disgraced former Bishop of Lewes, Peter Ball.
Well, one of his victims says that in 1992, a member of clergy was urged by 3 other bishops not to inform the police or media about 2 young men who'd been sexually abused by Peter Ball. Our special correspondent Colin Campbell has our exclusive story.
Jailed for sexually abusing young men and teenage boys, Bishop Peter Ball evaded justice for years. Evidence we've gained suggests it was church officials that tried to protect him. We showed a dossier of information we've gathered to leading safeguarding advisor Eddie Carmi.
I can't evaluate the veracity of it, but what you have there is information that points to people in the church who did not inform the police of allegations and who did not encourage people who had been abused or who were alleging abuse to talk to the police, and possibly even discouraged it.
Cliff James was one of Bishop Peter Ball's victims. In 1992, he told a member of clergy Ball had sadistically abused him. He says in December the same year, the priest received phone calls from 3 Church of England bishops. They urged her to keep Cliff James and another victim who'd come forward quiet and make sure the young men do not talk to the police or the media.
Well, it's quite clear, isn't it, that the church was, that these figures in the church were just more concerned, entirely concerned with the reputation of the church and of established figures in the church than they were about the victims of abuse.
Another who assisted a victim of Bishop Peter Ball's in 1992 told us he tried to raise concerns about Ball with 13 different bishops who appeared to take no action. In October, we revealed some of the detail to the Bishop of Chichester. If a bishop urged a member of clergy who was in contact with a victim of abuse to stay quiet and not go to the police or the media, would you consider that to be cover-up?
Yes, I would. And by today's standards, in terms of our practice today, that would immediately be the trigger for disciplinary action.
Over the course of 20 years, 3 different police forces, including Sussex, sought access to Bishop Peter Ball's files held at Lambeth Palace. In 2012, the church forwarded on files and documents to Sussex police. It kick-started an investigation, resulting in Peter Ball's jailing a few months ago. The question is, could Lambeth Palace have handed over the documents at an earlier stage?
I think it's dreadful that it's been covered up for 22 years. We've had to live with this for 22 years.
Michael and Christine Moss worked as Bishop Peter Ball's gardener and housekeeper in Gloucester in 1992. They also tried to raise concerns with bishops about Ball, but say they were ignored.
What upsets me more than anything is the fact that the church had done nothing about it. It would have been so much better if they'd have come clean at the time. But to allow it to go on for this length of time and bury it in a file somewhere in Lambeth Palace, I believe is really disgusting. Disgusting.
The handling of Bishop Peter Ball's case raises many difficult questions for the church. Although it happened 20 years ago, those affected want answers.
Well, Colin joins me in the studio now. And Colin, serious questions then for Lambeth Palace.
Yeah, one retired detective I've spoken to believes that Lambeth Palace held on to potentially incriminating evidence about Bishop Peter Ball when he was investigating 20 years ago. We've given the church the opportunity to respond to the findings of our investigation. Today they've issued us with a statement saying that Peter Ball's sexual abuse is a matter of deep shame for them and that there are no excuses whatsoever for what took place. They say they hope this independent review will assess Peter Ball's case and find out if any cover-up took place.
OK, Colin, thank you.